My name's Eli, and today we're going to be looking at Halo Combat Evolved, the very first Halo to be made, even though it takes place right after Halo Reach, the last Bungie made Halo title. Since we're talking about Reach, I've made a video going over its campaign. If you haven't seen it, please give it a watch, I'd really appreciate it. In the Reach video, I stated that my goal was to hit 50 subs before the end of this year. If you're interested in that, please consider subbing. I'm looking to hit 50 before the end of this year. As of the recent support, my channel has grown to 17 subscribers. That doesn't sound like a lot, but it is to me. I've now changed my goal to hit 75 subs before the end of this year, due to the support from the last video. Again, thank you. If you enjoy this video, please consider subscribing. Okay, enough blabbering. Let's get on to the title of this video.
Tube shows green. Cycle complete.
Sorry for the quick thaw, Master Chief. Things are a little hectic right now.
As Master Chief, the person we will soon be taking control of, gets awakened from cryosleep, Cortana, our AI companion, and Keyes, a UNSC captain, discuss the topic of Covenant jumping us at any second. In response to this, Sergeant Johnson, the best character besides Chief,
Damn right I am.
decides to give some soldiers a little pep talk.
When we meet the enemy, we will rip their skulls from their spines and toss them away, laughing.
A few stick presses later, we're finally able to stretch our legs. Man, that feels good. Well, now we know why they woke us up. Yes, it turns out the Covenant aren't too fond of humans, and they express this not through verbal agreements, but rather through horrific manslaughter. We get to Keyes, and the Covenant take one of the ship's cannons offline. In response, Keyes states that we'll be abandoning the Autumn, which is the ship we're currently on. Abandoning the ship means that Cortana must be carried by someone.
Which is where you come in, Chief. Get Cortana off this ship. Keep her safe from the enemy. If they capture her, they'll learn everything. Force deployment, weapons research, Earth.
I understand.
So we plug Cortana into our helmet and...
Your architecture isn't much different from the Autumn's.
Don't get any funny ideas.
yeah, hands off Chief, okay? He's all mine. Keyes hands us a gun and we make good use of it. Helping soldiers and slapping Covenant in the face is our strong suit, so we make work of these areas. I would put a clip of me dying here to be like kinda ironic, but sadly, I don't really die much. Yet, after a few spooky enclosed spaces and some Covenant, we make it to the closest lifeboat. The pilot of this lifeboat decides to follow the Autumn, which will soon be crash landing onto the Halo ring. Yes, that is the Halo ring. The pilot heads directly into the Halo's atmosphere, wishing for the best.
If I still had fingers, they'd be crossed.
I think this mission is really good, especially the opening. The first part where you take control, you're told to look around the room to recalibrate, when in reality this is actually meant to let the player customize and get used to the game's movement and controls. Very cool. Also, the section of us running through the Covenant invading the Autumn is done very well, showing the brutality of the Covenant and just how brutal they are to us humans. The Pillar of Autumn gets a 9 out of 10 for me. Very well done.
At last! Are you alright? Can you move?
So, as expected from a crash landing, everyone is dead, except for Master Chief. You'll soon find out that Master Chief is built different. Our objective now is to find any remaining survivors. Covenant drop in looking for anyone. Luckily, I'm able to sneak past them. A jog later, and we meet some survivors, and one of them is Sergeant Johnson.
Until you showed up, I thought we were cooked.
A few Covenant dropships drop. And drop in, you get it, dropships. Drop. Okay. We take them all out, and a pilot named Fohammer, she's pretty chill. She drops us a Warhog. Thanks Fohammer. Thank you so much.
That's affirmative.
We continue looking for more humans and drive through this place. Why are these places so spooky to me? I don't know. I turn on this bridge and I get out of there. We find a building covered in Covenant. A few humans are being attacked in the basement, so as usual, we help them out, and that's another batch of humans taken care of. Fohammer details us on 2 more crashed lifeboats, so I drive a bit until I find one. These soldiers are trapped on a hill. Luckily, I have a sniper. The next batch of survivors are found. We save them, and Cortana locates Captain Keyes. So, Fohammer picks us up, and we mark our map for Keyes.
Should move out, Lieutenant, and then we'll need your help on a rescue mission.
For me, this mission slaps. I love the open areas, and being able to have a little bit of freedom while doing your objective is just magnificent. Also, the beginning where we've crashed is really cool. I mean, he doesn't like the idea of, crashing onto the Halo. Everyone knows the whole, crashing onto the Halo ring thing. It's really cool. An easy 8 out of 10 for this one. Now, let's go find Keyes.
The enemy has captured Captain Keyes and are holding him aboard one of their cruisers, the Truth and Reconciliation.
There's a gravity lift that ferries troops and supplies between the ship and the surface. That's our ticket in.
Once we get inside the ship, I should be able to lock on to the tracking signal from Captain Keyes' neural implants.
As you just heard, Keyes is being held inside of a ship. Now that we know where and how to get in, we begin heading to the ship. Covenant try their best to stop us, but that ain't gonna happen. We reach the ship and fight off many Covenant until we're finally able to enter the ship.
We're in. I've got a good lock on the Captain's CNI transponder. No Covenant defenses detected.
What? There's no Covenant here. I think maybe nobody's home. Contact! Lots of contact!
As you just saw, the Covenant did not want us to get the Keyes. Well, too bad, because we did.
Coming here was reckless. You two know better than this. Thanks. While the Covenant had us locked up in here, I overheard the guards talking about this ring world. They call it Halo.
Cortana tells us that the Halo ring is some kind of weapon, one with immense power, and that the Covenant have been looking for the Halo's control room.
That's true. The Covenant kept saying that whoever controls Halo controls the fate of the universe.
Oh, that's not good. Now we must beat the Covenant to the control room to avoid the wiping of our kind. Before this can happen, we need to escort Keyes out of the ship. While we're escorting, I find this strange hidden cinematic that involves a robot orb named 343 Guilty Spark. We'll just call him Spark from here on. That's kind of a long name. All I got out of this was that this construct thingy is close to releasing a dangerous organism called the Flood, and Spark does not want this to happen. This was very strange. Anyways, we find a Covenant dropship that somehow Keyes knows how to drive.
Let's get on board.
Captain, hunters!
Hang on.
Nice one, sir.
Time for a little payback.
Yeah, I'm not complaining. This mission was cool. I love the way it started the most. I always love when I can lurk around a very forestry area in the dark. It's cool, it's cool. We also discover about the Flood in this one. That only is if you found the cinematic. Trust me, you'll see the Flood soon in all their glory. I'd give this mission a simple 7.5 out of 10. This is very cool. You know what I think? I think Halo could be a very cool movie, or maybe even a show. So now the objective is to find the control room before the Covenant does. We continue forward until we reach a structure that hopefully holds the Silent Cartographer, which is a 3D map system that will show us where the control room is located. Before I even get to step inside the structure, the true enemy reveals its face. We get inside and the door we need to enter gets shut. Yeah, now we need to find the security override to get the door open, which I hoped would be like around the corner or something, but no, we ended up having to drive around the island. I found this circle area, which is important, just not at the moment. I made quick work of these hunters and find another secret cinematic. This time we find out that there are many more Halo rings and that they had caretakers. Spark states that he hasn't heard from anyone in about 3,000 years. As expected, he got a little lonely, even if it's not the norm for robots. Spark decides to roam the ring, and in an attempt of amusement, he decides to blow up a portion of the ring? Is that what I'm seeing here? Maybe he's a little cuckoo, guys, I don't know. After seeing this, we continue forward into another underground structure that luckily holds the switch to deactivate security systems. After deactivation, we make it outside and head straight to the once closed door. Upon arrival, we immediately see how deep this rabbit hole goes. Now we can actually search for the Silent Cartographer. After some shooting and a little bit of sneaking. Oh, did you hear that? No. Must have been the wind. Must have been the wind.
Analyzing. Halo's control center is located there. That structure appears to be some sort of temple or shrine, if I've interpreted this correctly.
Yay! We found the control room, guys. We did it. Shortly after this, Fohammer tells us that Keyes has gone silent, which, during an all-out space war, is not a good thing. I fight my way back to the entrance, and Fohammer picks us up.
Let's get moving. Fohammer, here are coordinates and a flight plan I've worked up.
Fohammer tells us that coordinates to the control room are underground. Cortana replies, telling us that it's exactly what we need, an aerial insertion underground. I'm actually not the biggest on this mission. I mean, I love the opening as usual, but I get lost in almost every underground section, and it got really annoying. But to be honest, it's probably a skill issue. But overall, it was a great experience. An 8 out of 10.
This is as far as I can go. Roger that. We'll be able to find our way to the control center from here. Good luck. Fohammer out.
So we get dropped off at this very flat and unusual area and make our way into this area where, instead of just looking into the rabbit hole, I dive into it. After clearing out some Covenant, we get to see this underground area is covered in snow. I mean, it's cool and everything. Cortana says that the weather here is natural, not man-made, so how? We cross a bridge and find another room just like the other one, but this one leads to the ground. I find a ghost and zoom away until I find a tank. I use this tank to make easy work for my enemies, and traverse through another structure until we find this area that will sadly not let us continue with our tank. Trust me, a tank would have came in handy in a few minutes. Luckily I find a ghost, but sadly also have to abandon it as well because I find a door that leads to another room. And another bridge. And another room. And another bridge. And another room. And another— oh, never mind, something new this time. We'll call this a corridor. This corridor leads to a bridge, but this is a bridge made of soil, so it's different. Oh yeah, you see this Covenant aircraft? Let's just say that getting into this thing would have saved me around 30 minutes of pain. So I continue forward and find another room, which leads to the ground. The control room is just up the structure to our right, so we do what we do best. We shoot aliens. Oh, okay, just go up here. Oh, hello there. How you been? I'm just trying to find— oh my god! Oh, Jesus Christ! Ow, ow! Oh, guys, I just want to get to the control room. Oh my god! I'm just gonna go up here. Hey, let me just hit you in the face. I'm just gonna try this again on a different angle. Oh my god! Oh, I'm so close, please. Oh, finally, I made it. Finally, okay, just hit this button right here in the control center. No! Shoot them! Oh my god! No! Oh, no, please, I'm so close. No! Get away from me. Get away. No, get off me, no. Please leave me alone. So we finally make it to the control room where we plug Cortana into the nearest dashboard. She indulges in every bit of info from forerunners and ancient civilization who built the Halo,
This ring, it's a forerunner.
to learning that there is something very dangerous buried somewhere on the ring.
The Covenant found something. Buried in this ring, something horrible, and now they're afraid.
Something buried. Where?
The captain, we've got to stop the captain.
Keys? What
The
are we—
weapons cache he's looking for, it's not really— we can't let him get inside.
I don't understand.
There's no time. Get out of here, find Keys, stop him. Before it's too late!
Yeah, so this mission was very, very humbling. I had to squeeze every ounce of first-person shooter skill I had to get this one done. I don't like the repetitive rooms and bridges, but I guess it makes sense because it was built by an ancient civilization. Other than that, and the suffering I was put through, it was fine. A 7.5 out of 10.
The last transmission from the captain's dropship was from this area. That was over 12 hours ago. When you locate Captain Keyes, radio in, and I'll come pick you up.
So we get dropped into this spooky swamp that's full of fearful Covenant for some reason. What are you guys running from? I mean, I'm like the only thing you should be scared of, right? I investigate the place that the Covenant were running from, and all I found was an elevator. Why are you guys scared of an elevator?
You're not turning me into one of those things! I'll blow your brains out! Get away from me!
Maybe it wasn't the elevator. I steadily but carefully continue until I find a room with some fellow soldiers that have fallen. Curious of what happened, Chief picks up a nearby helmet to watch its latest recording. Sergeant Johnson, Keys, and a group of men are seen traversing through the same building we're in until they reach the room we're standing in currently.
Sarge! Listen!
What is that? Where's that coming from, Mendoza?
I don't... There! Get out!
Hold still! Hold still! Let him have it! Sergeant, we're surrounded. Damn it, Jenkins! Fire your weapons!
There are too many, Sarge!
Don't even think about it.
What is it?
So after seeing that, we get our gun ready and wait. These things are disgusting. I mow down every single one until I meet these ones. So if you haven't already connected it, these are the Flood. They're parasitic like moss creatures that infect anything around them. They're cool and disgusting and spooky at the same time. So now we need to get out of here before we have an alien parasite bursting out of our chest. I found the elevator, go up, and a group of guys are waiting on me.
The cavalry has arrived!
I'm guessing they need my help, and we run back into the swamp. This time though, the swamp is filled with Flood. This just shows how dangerous the Flood is, as only 20 minutes ago, we didn't even see a single Flood in this swamp, and now it's covered in them. Also, these things called Sentinels drop in and help with the Flood. How nice of them. After the Flood are taken care of, the dude from those cinematics show up.
I am 343 Guilty Spark. Someone has released the Flood. My function is to prevent it from leaving this installation. But I require your assistance. Come, this way.
Chief, I've lost your signal. Where'd you go? Chief!
I love this mission. From the intro with the swamp to the introduction of the Flood. Magnificent. 10 out of 10. This mission drops you in with nothing except your weapons and wit. So I'm going to cut to the chase with this mission. Our objective here is to climb to the very top floor of this building so that we can drop a floor that will allow us to obtain this index. I climb every floor, taking out multiple waves of Flood. We reach the top floor and are now able to drop the floor, allowing us to get the index.
Protocol requires that I take possession of the index for transport. Your organic form renders you vulnerable to infection. The index must not fall into the hands of the Flood before we reach the control room and activate the installation. The Flood is spreading. We must hurry.
I find this mission to be okay. It's an amazing warm-up if you need it because the Flood are your best friend here. I'm sorry, but I gotta give it a 6 out of 10. And I didn't die much at all in this. It was not hard for me. I died once. It was just, I don't know, it just wasn't my favorite.
Look out!
Once again, we are immediately dropped into battle. I am not a fan of this. Also, the things attacking us are those Sentinels. Both this and Spark planning on using the index to wipe every sentient being solidifies Spark as our enemy. Before I find a way past these Sentinels, I find another cinematic. This one shows us what happens when a Halo's weapon is used at its fullest potential. It also shows us Flood being wiped, leaving me asking, how did the Flood survive a universal sentient wipe? Also, I want to say that I missed a lot of these terminal cutscenes and will not be showing them here. I'll link a playlist in the description if you're curious about them. Okay, enjoy the rest of the video. I open this giant door again, continue forward, and instantly get war PTSD. Oh god, I just want to get his control on this again, my god. Cortana tells us we must destroy the ring in order to stop Spark's plan. The Pillar of Autumn, the ship from the very beginning of the game, can hopefully be used as an explosive. Cortana hasn't located its crash site yet, so we must buy some time. So, to buy time, we're going to shut down a few of Halo's generators. We head to the closest one, shut it down, and keep doing this until we've shut down 3 gens. The last gen gave me a little bit of a problem, but I finally make it.
Final target neutralized. Let's get out of here.
Let's find a ride and get to the captain.
No, that'll take too long.
You have a better idea?
There's a teleportation grid that runs throughout Halo. That's how the monitor moves about so quickly. I learned how to tap into the grid when I was in the control center. Unfortunately, each jump requires a rather consequential expenditure of energy.
Something tells me I'm not gonna like this.
But I'm pretty sure I can pull it from your suit without permanently damaging your shields. Needless to say, I think we should only try this once.
Do it.
I actually like this mission. I struggled with it a lot during this section right here I'm showing you right now. I died a lot. Like a lot. It got on my nerves. Other than that though, I love this mission. I think this mission was very good. I gotta give it an 8 out of 10. We've been teleported into the ship that Keyes is being held in, and we must find where he is.
Don't be a fool. Leave me.
Captain? Captain? I've lost him.
He's not sounding so good. We jump out of the ship to find an alternate route into the room closest to Keyes. I run and fight my way through a plentiful of enemies and finally make it back into the ship. From here I fight Flood from left to right until I finally make it to Keyes.
Human life signs detected. The captain... He's one of them. We can't let the Flood get off this ring. You know what he'd expect... What he'd want us to do. It's done. I have the code.
Rip Keyes. I really did not expect him to die in the first game. Well, now we have the code for the Autumn. We head into the hangar of the ship and fly away. I think this mission was really cool. You got to see Covenant being attacked in their own home by the Flood. The Flood are scary. Like, I wouldn't turn down a horror-based Halo game, like, for real. I'll have to give this one an 8 out of 10. Another 8 out of 10.
We need to get to the bridge. From there, we can use the captain's neural implants to initiate an overload of the ship's fusion engines. The explosion should damage enough systems below it to destroy the ring.
We're back where it all started. Our objective is to head to the bridge, it's this place, of the Autumn and initiate a self-destruct sequence. I fight through many enemies and make it. We plug Cortana into the control systems, and Spark interrupts us and basically tells us to just give up and let him wipe everyone. But we're Master Chief.
How much firepower would you need to crack one of the engine's shields?
Not much. A well-placed grenade, perhaps, but why?
Our objective now is to head to engineering to take one of the Autumn's engine shields down. We retrace our steps from the first mission and finally find engineering. With a few well-placed grenades, I'm able to take out all 4 drive cores. After this, we must hurry as we only have 15 minutes to get off the ship before we join the Flood during the Autumn's explosion. Foehammer will be picking us up as soon as she's able to. I find a Warthog and we make our way to the Foehammer meeting spot.
Echo 419! She's gone.
No!
Calculating alternate escape route.
Can't we just be happy for 1 sec? Now with no pilot, Cortana marks the closest aircraft that'll be capable of getting us out of here.
At top speed, we should be able to clear it.
We jump in the aircraft, zoom out of there, and watch the Halo's last moments.
Did anyone else make it?
Scanning. Just dust and echoes. We're all that's left. We did what we had to do. For Earth. An entire Covenant armada obliterated, and the Flood. We had no choice. Halen, it's finished.
No. I think we're just getting started.
This mission was very good. I loved the ending. It was very frustrating getting the grenades into the vents, but I did it. Once again, the ending was amazing. I loved the Warthog section. That checkpoint was brutal though. Getting sent all the way back, oh man, it was brutal. I'd have to give this mission an 8 out of 10. That was Halo Combat Evolved's campaign. I really hope you enjoyed. I really enjoyed this campaign. Just like Halo Reach, this game was a 10 out of 10. Although I will say it was really hard, and I was on normal. Like I said before, it might be a skill issue. Please, if you enjoyed, like, share, comment, subscribe, and yeah, you know the whole thing. Once again, my name's Eli, and until next time. Hey, yeah, I know, I'm back so quickly, I'm back, I know. Hey, yeah, you like Halo, right? You might like this Halo Reach video. You might like it, you know, who knows? You never know if you don't watch it. Also, I just want to say, before this goes away, thank you for all the support, thank you for the growth. Bye, see you guys later.